Hi there, I'm Victoria Lopez, and today's topic is going to be related to medicine. Now, in this century, doctors and scientists have improved medicine over the years by creating new ways to prolong a patient's quality of life. But what if I told you that quality of life could still be reached at a less expensive rate and without secondary side effects? Would you believe me? Now, some doctors prescribe medication in hopes that they will calm a symptom or try to alleviate pain so that the patient can go ahead and function normally. But the other option that I'm talking about is herbal medicine, which is an option that we have that's also on the road to relief that us humans do not know too much about. Now, first, we're going to examine the use of herbs as medicine. Secondly, we'll go ahead and explore the effects that it can have on the human body before finally discussing its implications. Now, before I go into detail about its benefits, I want to go ahead and give you a little bit of information on what it is. Now, herbal medicine is the study of therapeutic and medicinal plants. Now, I know what you're thinking, medical marijuana, but you're right, it is considered an herb. Now, herbal medicine began from as early as 17,000 BC from the roots of different types of culture. Now, it may have many types of benefits, but I'm only going to discuss 3 of which I think are important. So the first benefit of herbal medicine is that it treats illnesses from all the way from minor scrapes and burns all the way to serious illnesses such as diabetes, cancer, and hyperthyroidism. I know what you're thinking. How did we not know about it? Now, it's existed for over more than 100,000 years, but it's not known to us because it's not common. Now, another benefit of herbal medicine is that it's very easy to take. Now, according to Dr. Michael Tierra, he's a professor over at the East-West School of Planetary Herbology, states that you could take it in any type of form such as liquid, extract, or even powder. Now, the most important benefit for me would have to be that it can be grown at the comfort of your own home. Now, why would I say that that's more important? I am a patient and I am suffering from diabetes. I know how hard it is or how costly it is to go into a doctor's office and pay for, a prescription or even a consultation with a doctor and have it hurt my pocket or my wallet. It's very costly. So for me, this was the best option. To have it grown in my own home made it easier for me to cope with my illness. Now, secondly, although most traditional doctors prescribe medication, there are still some doctors that recommend herbal medicine. And there are many different types of herbal medicine, but there are only 2 that I'm going to discuss with you. Sorry, excuse me. Some doctors prescribe or recommend herbal medicine such as Chinese herbal medicine, and what that associates with is any type of acupuncture, massage, dietary therapy, or even exercise. Another type of herbal medicine would have to be Native American herbal medicine. Now, that is not too common here. However, it's where Native Americans use their healing herbs and they communicate with the spiritual nature in hope of the illness of the patient to be released. Okay. Now, even though drugs are supposed to undergo testing and clinical trials, according to Drug Watch, and this is something that I've learned recently, the federal drug regulators allow a variety of side effects. What? I know. Now, the good thing is that herbal medicine has little to no side effects. Now, although not all herbs are for human consumption, there are some that will still do the same thing as a chemical prescription. Herbs are natural, so too much of an herb in the human body is not known to do dangerous damage or to do serious damage to the human body. Now, it also alleviates pain and symptoms without the risk of experiencing the most common side effects such as vomiting, diarrhea, or other gastrointestinal issues. Now, one important thing that I could say is that it does not cause long-term long-term effects. And what I mean by that is long-term effects is a type of effect that happens over the span of years. For example, you go to the doctor, you get treated for depression. The doctor gives you a prescription. You start to feel better, but then you start to feel down again. So what happens? He increases the dosage. 10 years pass and all of a sudden you have dementia. Now, doctors are not going to tell you that the prescriptions that they're prescribing are going to give you long-term effects. That's our responsibility for researching what it is that we're supposed to be taking. Now, most side effects have to do with, it varies from person to person, their age, their illness, and their overall health. But we need to be aware of what our options are, especially when it comes to medication. Now, thirdly, after discussing the body's effects of herbal medicine, we should consider two implications. Now, in our attempt for understanding our medicine options, not all medication helps patients the same way. Every human body is different. By using herbs as medicine, we allow ourselves to understand what the body needs without taking something that can affect every patient differently. Now, research on how herbal medicine improves our overall health may trigger a new common option when choosing the right medical option for a patient's well-being. Excuse me. I'm a little sick. As human and doctors, patients, we all want to know what the best option for our health is. Traditional doctors prescribe strong medication that intend to cure a common illness with the risk of having a second issue occur. Now, some doctors provide the recommendation of herbs or as medicine, not only because it comes from their culture or because they've done it in the past, but usually to work the same as a prescribed medication without having secondary effects. Although both may have its risks, the importance of my speech is not to persuade you to substitute or to switch over to herbal medicine. Excuse me. But to educate you on the options that you can seek. Although the practice of herbal medicine is not common, it is out there and it continues to help patients like you and I. I understand the difference it can make in our lives and in our overall health.